everyone, welcome back to Actual English. I'm Jennifer Clyde. It's time for lesson 309. We are on Health 4, and today let's talk about fad diets. What is a fad? I'll be telling you the details of it in today's actual talk conversation, but if you call something a fad, it is something that's quite popular, but it usually lasts a very short time. So a fad diet would be a type of diet that is popular for a short period of time. Okay, diets can change. There are new diets coming up each and every week or month. So many of them, right? Okay, so let's talk about fad diets today. Let's begin with actual talk.
You know, I'm working with this girl, and she's got a new fad, I'm not going to call it a fad diet, a new eating regime going on. It's a little bit strange. She's Canadian like myself. I did see women and girls doing this when I was growing up, but it's quite bizarre.
What is it?
Involves eating nothing but cabbage soup, which is essentially vegetables, and nothing else all day for an extended period of time to lose weight.
Sounds dangerous.
I think it can be. Did you grow up with anything like that?
I mean, I never went on extreme diets, but in Ireland, people do diets, but I mean, a lot of it's focusing on certain types of food groups, and I don't think it's healthy.
Did you know that I read Irish people consume more calories than any country in the world?
I'm not in any way surprised. We have a huge sweet tooth. We just binge on chocolate, and we crave this stuff, and alcohol, and we're not particularly healthy.
Bet you have fad diets.
Not myself, though.
Well,
we do.
In Canada, I grew up with, the popcorn diet was a bit of a weird one.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, the cabbage soup one was the most popular one. There's a modified cabbage soup one.
Sure.
In Korea, I encountered kimchi and rice, and carrots.
Wow.
Kimchi, rice, and carrots, which I thought was a bit different.
Kimchi is great, though.
Well, I love kimchi.
How about the 5-2 diet? Have you heard of that one?
No.
So for 5 days you eat whatever you want. I mean, not too crazy. And then for 2 days you reduce calories and just very small amounts of food. And it's supposed to rest the digestive system and help you lose weight.
Well, it seems a little bit, I don't know if it seems 5 days, it seems a bit unbalanced. I've not heard of that one. Is that Korean or Irish?
Actually, it's international. I tried it a little bit before, and it kind of works, but a lot of these are yo-yo fluctuations in weight and diet fads.
And anything up and down is never good.
Not at all. No.
There is magic in the word balance.
There is, yeah.
Yes, there is.
So, how many fad diets are you aware of right now? How many fad diets have you been on in the past? Are you on a fad diet right now? Well, we'll be talking about fad diets today, and today's actual talk conversation was between Kelly and Gareth. So let's take a look at what they've mentioned. Here we go. Kelly says, I'm working with this girl, and she's got a new fad. She's got a new fad. As I explained to you, a fad is what? A fad is like a new trend, a new style, a new fashion trend even. Something that's new, that's really popular, that's really fashionable, but usually for a very short period of time. So when you say that something is the new fad, you're saying that something is the new popular thing. The popular thing at the moment, okay, as we call it, the it thing, it fashion, it shoes, it whatever, okay? Something that's popular that very moment. And then she says, okay, I'm not going to call it a fad diet. She says she is not going to call it a fad diet. Then what is it? It is kind of like a new eating regime, okay? It's a new eating regime, okay? So she says that this girl that she works with, she's got this new fad. It's not exactly a fad diet, but it's a new eating regime. What is a regime? Okay, we'll practice how to pronounce this word later on. But first of all, the definition of regime is like a plan. Okay, it's like a system or a plan of how something is done. So an eating plan, simply put. Okay. She says, it's a little bit strange. So this new eating regime is kind of strange, all right? She's Canadian like Kelly. Now, here she goes. I did see women and girls doing this. So she has seen several women and girls doing this when I was growing up, but it's quite bizarre. Bizarre, we went over this word. Actually, we went over bizarrely. Do you remember? Bizarrely means strangely, unusually. So bizarre means strange, unusual, weird. It's not normal. It's somehow kind of weird and strange. What is it? Yes, Gareth asks. I was curious too. I was like, come on, Kelly, tell us what it is. So what is it? Kelly says it involves eating nothing, eating zero, nothing at all, nothing but cabbage soup. Okay, let's take a look at this pattern here, this pattern in the sentence. Eating nothing but something. It means eating only something. It's just a more difficult way of saying eating only something. Eating nothing but cabbage soup means eating only cabbage soup. This is all you eat, which is essentially vegetables. Yes, cabbage is a type of vegetable, and nothing else all day. Okay, nothing else all day for an extended period of time to lose weight. Aha, so people do this all in order to lose weight, okay, to lose those extra pounds. And here we have a vocab word, extended. Extended. To extend something can mean to put off to a later time, but to extend something can also mean that it lasts for some time, a long time. So she's saying it involves eating only cabbage soup, nothing but cabbage soup all day for an extended period of time, meaning for a long period of time. It can be for a week, it can be for a month maybe, okay? For a given time, for a long period of time. Sounds dangerous, Gareth says. Yes, that's right. I think it can be, she says. It can be dangerous. She's not exactly saying, yes, it is dangerous, but she's saying, yes, it's possible that it can be dangerous. I think it can be. Did you grow up with anything like that? So she's asking about Gareth if he has seen any diets, if he has experienced or done or have gone on any diets in the past when he was getting older, thus growing up. Okay? He says, I never went on extreme diets. Extreme diets meaning what? Serious ones. Okay? But in Ireland, people do diets. Meaning a lot of people tend to go on diets in Ireland. A lot of it is focusing on certain types of food groups, and I don't think it's healthy. So a lot of it meaning a lot of these diets that people in Ireland go on or do, is focusing on certain types of food groups. All right, so say for example, they can focus or concentrate only on fruits. They can concentrate only on grains. They can focus only on vegetables or meats, where it means they only eat that, okay? So that's what they do, and he says, I don't think it's healthy. I think it's unhealthy. Here we go. Kelly says, I read that Irish people consume more calories than anyone, any country in the world. So Irish people consume the most calories, I guess. Consume is what? C-O-N-S-U-M-E means to drink or eat, okay, to intake. You're absorbing, okay, just to eat food or drink drinks, okay, consume. So he's saying that Irish people tend to consume, they take in many more calories compared to anybody in the world. I'm not in any way surprised, he says. What does he mean by this? I'm not in any way surprised. I'm not surprised. Meaning, it's true. He's saying, yeah, you know what? It's true. I'm not surprised that you are saying this. Okay? He is agreeing. He's saying that Kelly is absolutely right about what she has said. We have a huge sweet tooth. We've gone over this as well. Have a sweet tooth means what? Have a desire for, have a craving for, to really, really like sweet foods, sugary foods like chocolates and candies, cakes with a lot of sugar in it. So if you tend to have, a liking for sweet foods, you can say, I have a sweet tooth. But he's saying that Irish people in general, okay, they have a huge sweet tooth. We just binge on chocolate. Remember, binge, eat lots of chocolate. We crave this stuff and alcohol. Crave means to really, really want something badly. We're not particularly healthy. Aha, we are not. So Irish people generally aren't that healthy. But you have fad diets. Here we go. Let's talk about that. Yes, we do, he says. All right. Kelly says in Canada, let's see. And she says the popcorn diet was a bit of a weird one, a weird diet. A popcorn diet would be what? A diet in which you only eat popcorn, okay? A popcorn is the only thing you eat. Basically, that's what we call a popcorn diet, which is a strange diet. Okay, and Gareth says, crazy stuff, unbelievable. The cabbage soup one, the cabbage soup diet was the most popular one. Aha. And then she says, there's a modified cabbage soup one. Okay, let's take a look at this sentence. There is a modified cabbage soup one. Okay, what does the word modify mean? M-O-D-I-F-Y. Modify, modified. To modify means to change. Okay, change, I guess, the qualities of something. Something about something you change. To partially change means to modify. So you're not changing something completely, but partially means to slightly change, modify. There's a modified cabbage soup one, meaning a slightly different type of cabbage soup diet. In Korea, I encountered kimchi and rice and carrots, which I thought was a bit different. So here she's talking about a diet, a kimchi, rice, and carrot diet. I have not heard of that one. And Gareth says, how about the 5-2 diet? Okay, what is the 5-2 diet? Have you heard of that one? Okay, and he explains to us. For 5 days, you eat whatever you want. You eat whatever you want. Okay? If you want ice cream, if you want junk food, if you want burgers, if you want fruits, whatever it is, for 5 days, you eat whatever you want. Okay? And then for 2 days, you reduce calories, or you reduce calorie intake and just very small amounts of food. Okay. So what he's saying is, for 5 days, you can eat as much of what you want. And then for 2 days, you would eat as less as possible, as little as possible. Okay? And then he says, and it's supposed to relax the digestive system and help you lose weight. That's the point. It'll help you lose weight. It doesn't sound very easy. It doesn't sound very healthy, actually, but, well, that's what we call a 5-2 diet, okay? And then Kelly says, well, 5 days, it seems a bit unbalanced. It's not balanced. I've never heard of that one. Is that Korean or Irish? Okay, she's asking, is that a Korean diet or is that an Irish diet? And, well, Gareth says, actually, it's international. It's an international diet. I've tried it a little bit before. And he says, it kind of works. It kind of. In a way it does, not 100%, but to some extent it works. But a lot of these are yo-yo. Here we go. Yo-yo is a word that we tend to talk about or bring up when talking about diets. And then, yes, Kelly says yo-yo exactly. Now, Garrett says yo-yo fluctuations in weight and diet fads. So let's take a look at yo-yo here. That's a pattern for today. Yo-yo means what? Yo-yo is something that continuously changes, constant changes, something that goes up and down, okay? We're talking about something that changes constantly. And fluctuations, we're talking about especially fluctuations in weight. Okay, we're talking about our body. So body variations, that's related to, I guess, environmental changes or environmental factors rather than inherited ones. So because of what you eat, because of where you live, because of the environment, these fluctuations may occur or changes to your body may occur. So yo-yo fluctuations, basically we're saying how we lose weight and gain weight back again, okay? And here we go. Kelly says anything up and down is not right. Anything going up and down, these drastic changes can't be good for you, and Gareth agrees by saying not at all. Kelly seems to be a huge fan of balance, okay? Everything in moderation and everything in balance, of course, is one of the best options for you when it comes to diets even. So let's take a listen to the actual talk conversation one more time.
You know, I'm working with this girl, and she's got a new fad, I'm not going to call it a fad diet, a new eating regime going on. It's a little bit strange. She's Canadian like myself. I did see women and girls doing this when I was growing up, but it's quite bizarre. It
what is it?
Involves eating nothing but cabbage soup, which is essentially vegetables, and nothing else all day for an extended period of time to lose weight.
Sounds dangerous.
I think it can be. Did you grow up with anything like that?
I mean, I never went on extreme diets, but in Ireland, people do diets, but I mean, a lot of it's focusing on certain types of food groups, and I don't think it's healthy.
Did you know that I read Irish people consume more calories than any country in the world?
I'm not in any way surprised. We have a huge sweet tooth. We just binge on chocolate, and we crave this stuff, and alcohol, and we're not particularly healthy.
Bet you have fad diets.
Not myself, though.
Well,
we do.
In Canada, I grew up with, the popcorn diet was a bit of a weird one.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, the cabbage soup one was the most popular one. There's a modified cabbage soup one.
Sure.
In Korea, I encountered kimchi and rice, and carrots.
Wow.
Kimchi, rice, and carrots, which I thought was a bit different.
Kimchi is great, though.
Well, I love kimchi.
How about the 5-2 diet? Have you heard of that one?
No.
So for 5 days you eat whatever you want. I mean, not too crazy. And then for 2 days you reduce calories and just very small amounts of food. And it's supposed to rest the digestive system and help you lose weight.
Well, it seems a little bit, I don't know if it seems 5 days, it seems a bit unbalanced. I've not heard of that one. Is that Korean or Irish?
Actually, it's international. I tried it a little bit before, and it kind of works, but a lot of these are yo-yo fluctuations in weight and diet fads.
And anything up and down is never good.
Not at all. No.
There is magic in the word balance.
There is, yeah.
Yes, there is.
Okay, here we go. It's time for actual expressions. Are you ready? Okay, I think I hear a big yes, so let's take a look together. Regime is our first word. As I told you, a regime is like a system or a plan in doing something. So the pronunciation is, as you see, regime. Regime. It's R-E-G-I-M-E, but it's not regime, it's regime. It's j sound. Regime, regime. Well, I have heard some people say regime. Okay, but more commonly, you will hear regime, and we're talking about a system, arrangement of something. Okay, what about extended? Extended. If you say that something is extended, you're saying that it is lengthened. Okay, it's become longer. Elongated is another word, drawn out or protracted as well. Okay, extended, something that has been lengthened. What about consume? Here we go. Consume. Consume can be pronounced 2 different ways. Either as consume, or consume. Consume or consume. Okay, it's your choice. You can choose whichever. And here we have gobble. That's informal. You can gobble something down. You can gobble cookies. That's consuming, eating or drinking. Ingest, even inhale, but it's more of eating or drinking something, to devour. Crave is what? To lust after, strongly desire something, cry out for. You can dream for something, okay? But we often crave for something sweet. Crave for cake, crave for chocolate, things like that. Really want something. And modify means to alter, adjust, to change a bit. Change or alter partially. Fluctuation. Here we go. Stress goes right there. Fluctuation. We're talking about inconsistency, okay? Or variation or a change. Fluctuation. All right, we're talking about these changes. When it comes to our body, we're talking about how our body fluctuates, how we lose weight and gain weight. Okay, we're talking about these changes. Okay, now let's move on to our first pattern. We're talking about new fads. Fad diets today, right? So a new fad is what? Something that is quite trendy, popular, fashionable at the very moment. Okay, so here we go. I didn't know tattoos were the new fad. In other words, I didn't know that tattoos were very popular right now. Okay, one more time. I didn't know tattoos were the new fad. Okay, moving on. Sweet tooth. To have a sweet tooth even. So, if you have a sweet tooth, it means that you love sweet foods. Here we go. I have a big sweet tooth for red velvet cupcakes. Okay, so this is something you love. I have a huge, I have a big, I have a gigantic. You can change that around, but have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth for red velvet cupcakes. Okay, what do you have a sweet tooth for? Here we go with our final one, yo-yo. Think of yo-yo. We used to play with yo-yos before. Throw them down, and they're attached to a string so they come back up. You throw it down again, comes back up, throw down. That's a yo-yo. So usually when we're talking about going on diets, if you lose weight and it comes back, we're talking about yo-yo fluctuations. You're going to hurt your body if you continue to follow these yo-yo diets. You're going to hurt your body if you continue to follow these yo-yo diets, or you can also say if you continue to go on these yo-yo diets. Okay? So everyone, practice these patterns and vocab words more on your own. Job well done.